People might not know this, but 50% of Bitcoin transactions are gambling related. It's really remarkable.
What is Rabbit Foot Technologies?
Yeah, we're a gaming studio. We have casino games or entertainment games. Some are social and just for fun. Some are real money casinos. And then the first product and first label that we're building is called Jungle Gaming. Then we have this full suite of tech that we're able to replicate and white label for other brands. Meme coins, layer 1s, layer 2s that want to engage with their user base and give another utility to their token. The audience and the community, they're diehards. They really appreciate it. It's hard to build, but it's extremely, extremely important.
Web3 obviously is about community and ownership, but now you're really starting to see it play out.
It's the way of the future. Everyone wants to be a part of something and be a part of a club. If you have the right incentive models, they're with you for life. They live and die with you.
What does Rabbit Foot look like in 5 years?
We will have multiple brands out there. We will have an extremely world-class tech product. Custom games that can be spun up for any brand, within a week. Gaming isn't going anywhere, casinos aren't going anywhere. We'll be around for sure with more products in the market.
The world is changing. Inspiration is everywhere. It has never been so easy to connect, share, and bring people together. We're learning from others and finding the best in ourselves. Challenging our beliefs, sharing our vulnerability, overcoming our fears, transforming ourselves so we can transform the world. How far can we go?
This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is...
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.
This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Dave Waslen, the entrepreneur, investor, and Web3 expert. You are the founder of Rabbit Foot Technologies, the Web3 gaming studio building real money and social gaming infrastructure across many apps and web-based platforms to unlock new economic engines at the intersection of entertainment, technology, and culture. You previously co-founded the groundbreaking 5D metaverse project Wilder World and have raised over $100 million working as an advisor and investor to marquee crypto projects and VCs. Your technical insight and financial expertise makes you one of the leading innovators at the cutting edge of emerging digital economies. Ultimately, you believe that the convergence of gaming, finance, media, and decentralized systems marks the beginning of a new digital renaissance, one where ownership is democratized, attention is monetized, and communities are the engines of global innovation. Dave, welcome to London Real in Dubai.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Thanks for having me here.
Great having you here. I want to start by saying that Rabbit Foot is one of our portfolio companies here at London Real Ventures, the world's first media-powered investment firm, where our mission is to transform the world by investing in cutting-edge Web3 and AI companies, while giving our partners marketing exposure across the London Real media platforms and academies. We heighten awareness, create customers, and build communities by leveraging our global audience and extensive network. Dave, we are beyond excited to be part of this journey with you. So let's jump in. What is Rabbit Foot Technologies?
Yeah, I mean, you gave a better intro than I probably could, but yeah, we're a gaming studio. We have a development shop based in Armenia, an incredible team that are building the games for us. So we have iGaming. These are casino games, these are entertainment games. Some are social and just for fun. Some are real money casinos, and I come from the Web3 space, so they're Web3 powered, enabled, and so having a really good time. And then the first product and first label that we're building is called Jungle Gaming, and so this is a game that we're building for ApeChain. So we have a really good partnership from ApeChain, and we're excited to build that out for them. So we're building a Telegram mini app, and it's a social casino. So you can come in, you can buy your coins with stars, like directly in the app, and then play it directly in Telegram. We're also building them a desktop and mobile version, so it's fully branded. We have the complete end-to-end tech stack with the platform, the back-end system, the payment rails, custom games, branding, everything that you need to run a game like this. So we're excited to launch that with them, launch that with you.
Nice.
And then we have this full suite of tech that we're able to replicate and white label for other brands. It could be meme coins, it could be layer 1s, layer 2s that want to engage with their user base and give another utility to their token. So really excited about the tech that we're building, and it's super fun.
This term real money, I don't hear it very often. Why use that? What does that mean?
Yeah, there's two types of casinos. There's real money, which are fiat and crypto casinos, and then there's social casinos.
Okay.
And social is a different model where you can pay with real money to purchase tokens and purchase coins, and you can just kind of play the game. It's just for fun, it's for entertainment. There are prizes in there. You can redeem some of these points and coins that you earn for gift cards, or redeem them for cash or prizes, but it's a different model. So it's kind of like real money or social casinos.
Okay, gotcha. And so there are kind of like different rules, sometimes different regulations, different vibes for those?
Yeah, part of it is regulatory reasons.
Okay.
And so there's this model called a sweepstakes casino, and it's pretty pioneering. We think it's very cool, and we're learning from some of the great ones out there that have kind of discovered and built this model out. So that's what we're building, and so we have all different types of iGaming casinos and real money or social. So it's really fun. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, because you got a ton of experience in metaverse, and you probably are super aware of kind of the gaming status quo in Web3. Is it really important that you incorporate kind of some of these real money aspects in there to just give you an edge to draw users in? Because we haven't seen Web3 gaming really kick off. I know you added Animoca. We have a bunch of investments with them. Obviously, Gunzilla has done well. We have an investment in Shrapnel, which is another great game, but it hasn't broken through. Whereas I feel like with this real money and some of this social casinos and sweepstakes, you can get the humans to lean in a little deeper. Is that why you chose that niche? Because you think it'll be, more profitable or faster adoption than opposed to just another game?
Yeah, we're right at the cross section of real money can win, have fun, and earn something, earn a return, and just pure entertainment. So there's those games like Candy Crush or Scrabble or whatnot that you play, and it's just for fun. And then there's these play to earn games that are super fascinating. Like it was Axie Infinity in the last cycle that really broke barriers, broke walls, and got incredible traction and user adoption, because people could make money. They could have an NFT. They could raise it and sell it and make money, and that's fun. That's fun for people to just play something and then have something that pays for their lunch, their coffees. In some parts of the world, it's meaningful for them. So yeah, we want to have both. It's definitely entertainment, but somewhere that people from all around the world can earn prizes and play and engage. And we think the model of quests and point systems is really powerful, because people can join, and then you incentivize them to retweet or like or share or refer their audience and their friends to join, and that powers the growth, the adoption, the virality. So yeah, we have all those things embedded in our products, and then if they do well, they can earn tokens, they can earn prizes. We have a lottery system that has really significant, 5-figure, 6-figure prizes. So just for engaging and playing with the system, we think it can be fun and people can earn something pretty big if they get lucky.
You mentioned Axie. Does that mean your initial audience might be third world, second world, where income is less, or does that not necessarily mean that? And can that evolve over time?
Yeah, it'll be both. What we're excited about is being a studio and being a white label B2B product. So certain brands and certain labels are definitely going to target those third world countries and third world areas, Africa, Philippines, and go really viral. Give them rewards, give them some token upside, and really go viral. And then some other brands are going to be for gamblers, for people that want a great product. We're going to be developing custom games that are new content that are going to be on our games, and then we're also going to white label these custom games for other casinos. They can live in Stake and Rollbit and other platforms. So we're going to be really targeting extremely good UI, UX, product experience for the people that want a good casino. And then some other brands are going to be just super fun. The one we're building for Ape Chain is, it's super fun. The games themselves have, like bananas and apes and like a jungle vibe. The whole theme is jungle. So, those will be more fun and exciting. And we think that's, clever too. Sometimes these memes, sometimes these things that are really grassroots for the community and built for them and have good humor, good design, then the audience likes that. They appreciate, some clever things that you're doing to tap into the crypto culture, tap into, current, Gen Z culture. So we'll do all that.
You seem really in tune with communities. Like obviously you're building jungle gaming on Ape Chain. I know you've got this partnership with kind of Bored Ape and all those people. You're not using the name, but I think that's also a conscious decision that you made. When did you learn how important it was to really connect with those communities? Is that your experience with Wilder World or being in Web3 for so long?
Both. Running a token is really hard. Like it's really hard. There's like a whole tech product that you're building, the app, the development team, the product, and raising capital and everything you have to do to run a proper business. And then literally running a token is as hard or harder and more energy and time consuming. So it's really hard, and it comes down to community. If you want a successful token, you need retail buyers, people that share it with their friends, that are holders, that talk about it on social media. Those are your ambassadors. Those are people that kind of get word out. So with Wilder World, that's one of the strongest aspects is our community. It's really incredible. They appreciate the design, the attention to detail. They really know how hard the team's working. We put out these dev logs that are really long descriptions of everything we're working on. We send them regularly, and the audience is just blown away. And truly, I'm blown away with the quality of the team and everything that they're building. And the audience and the community, they're diehards. Like they're the Wilders. Like they really appreciate it, and so that keeps the team motivated and you get good feedback from them. And then they're the engine behind the token and behind social media. When you do an announcement, they can get it out there and proliferate it for you. So learned this over the years, and it's hard to build, but it's extremely important to have a good community, treat them well, respond. And in Web3, the distance from the retail user to, say, the management team or the devs or is only like it's direct. Like you can chat with them in Discord and Telegram, Twitter replies. Like they're talking directly. In Web 2, there's a lot more gates. It's a lot harder for someone buying a product to eventually chat with the CEO or engage with them on an AMA. But in Web 3, it's immediate, and so I think you really do have to appreciate your community and listen to them. So that's what I've learned, and what we'll definitely do with Rabbitfoot.
One of the reasons my team was really excited to invest in you guys is because they saw you as a guy that could be doing private equity, you could be doing VC, and yet you're getting your hands dirty and going back in. And whenever we asked ourselves, okay, you know, how's Jungle going to do? I don't know. But then we would just go back to you and be like, well, if this guy is going to spend his time doing this with all of this experience, then we're just going to back you in this plan. Why do this? You know, when you could be, you know, I guess people always think venture investing is a cushy job, but I don't know. Why?
A couple of reasons. It's really fun. You know, I mean, I'm a sucker for punishment. You know, building a startup, building a tech company, and in Web3, I honestly think it's one of the hardest things, you know, someone can tackle. But I think it's just really fun to build games, build something different. I'm super passionate about Web3. That's where the world is going. There's more and more adoption every day, every month, and then, you know, for better or worse, I think casino products and gaming is a good business. You know, it exists, it's out there, it's long-standing, it's not going anywhere. You know, I don't come from this space, but I think we can do really well with it. We can, you know, create jobs, we can give back, we can, kind of grow our business and take it internationally. And the other thing that's great is the team. You know, working with really good people, hardworking, honest. Everyone's motivated. We have a really good time. So I really like the people that I work with and the people we've assembled in our company. So yeah, it's going to be a grind, but you know, that's what we signed up for. That's life. You have to work really hard. You have to commit. You have to go for it. And yeah, I'm really excited, and I think we're not going anywhere. We'll be around a long time. You
know, gaming and real money gaming, like that, you said that's a whole nother world. But you've seen massive success, and you said you might even be building something for a company like Stake with your white label and that kind of thing. And you look at those companies, and they're massively successful. I mean, really, it doesn't actually get talked about much in Web3, but I mean, they are Web3-ish. I mean, they use a lot of crypto as well, but they've had a tremendous amount of success there. Maybe one of the most successful industries in Web3. Yeah, I was wondering if you could speak on that and how we can maybe learn from their success. And then really interesting how maybe you can pull communities and then bring them that type of success with your white label. That's exciting. Yeah. You know, people might not know this, but 50% of Bitcoin transactions are gambling related. Wow. Know, it's a massive piece of what people use crypto for. How does that work? As in they're paying for gambling in different ways? Yeah. Okay. Like it's really remarkable. Wow. So I mean, you know, exchanges are off-chain, so there's obviously a lot of volume and transactions on centralized exchanges. But and so Stake's done an absolutely incredible job. And even in the gambling sector, the percentage of the pie that was once Web3, you know, a couple percent, is now 30% of overall global gambling is Web3 crypto related. So it's you know, it's taken the industry by storm. And a company like Stake is almost the poster child for that, definitely, right? Because they're like stable coins, and Drake's putting up stable coins, and it's all very crypto in front, as opposed to Web3 and behind the scenes are Web2. That really puts that front and center. Yeah, for sure. Okay. And they have a really good product and incredible business. We're learning from them. We want to work with them, and yeah. So I think there's a lot to go around. People can have different niches, different edge products. We want to be, you know, really good to our clients. We want to make something completely custom for them. You know, not just the design, but the feel, the onboarding flow, whatever a client needs, we'll be able to build that for them. Our developers are world class. Some of them come from other casinos and have great experience with the products in the back end. And then some of our designers are incredible. So we're excited about who we can partner with and build these games for, and just align and have a really good time doing it. I think there's lots to go around. Why do your own game? Is that for marketing purposes? Like, look what we did with Jungle, right. and if we can do this ourselves, then guess what? We have the white label. Yeah, and we're really excited about these custom games, like the actual slot game or roulette or plinko or blackjack. Like we build those actual games themselves. We own the entire algorithms and the tech stack there. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool because you can design them, have different branding for them. So not only can we build the whole
casino engine and entire platform and plug in other game providers, but some of the games we've made custom.
Investment Club. Today, I consider it the best investment that I've ever made. We get 4 projects presented a week by their associated CEOs. Personally, I'm completely blown away by the quality of these projects, and I know of nowhere else where I would be given this same opportunity. Each week that passes, I feel more appreciative of the fact that I'm a member of this group. The vibe was just tremendous. Everybody's on the same wavelength. We just clicked. Everybody listened to each other, enjoyed their company. It was just magical, magical. Take action. Don't take my word for it. Due diligence you need to do. And I really hope that someday down the road I see you in the club. It far exceeded expectations, without question.
From scratch. So it gives us a lot more flexibility. We own the entire revenue stream, and we can share that with our partners to give them greater margins. So we're really excited, and our team, is just has a great time building these things. We can get really creative and build new content, because Stake and these other platforms, you need new content. The user wants something new, something fun. They want to try a different thing. They don't want the same crash game or dice game. They want something different, even if it's the same algorithm and random number generator that creates the outcomes. They just want something different, something fresh. So we'll be tapping into that and building all kinds of content.
Okay. And for you, will there be something after Jungle Gaming as well internally? Do you kind of do your own projects as well?
Yeah, we'll definitely have some of our own that we own and control entirely, and I'm excited about targeting regions. Making them very regional, languages, certain parts of the world, going into Africa and making something like really, really local, getting local ambassadors, local teams that are helping and know how to grow in their local regions. So we're going to go quite regional as well. So not just the brand and the feel, but also kind of really target a local area. And that's going to be, really fun.
Where does that come from, that strategy? Is that from your background, or?
I think if you build multiple products, multiple white labels, I think you could do a different brand aesthetic, and then obviously you have the same brand aesthetic translated into multiple languages. But we want to go really granular into, just a local market. I think there's a way that we can capture a really good audience and go deep in the local channels and chat groups and literally like boots on the ground, people that are promoting it. And it's all about customer acquisition cost. Is Stake or these other platforms, are they going that granular into this certain niche market? Maybe not. Like they just have they have huge budget, far greater than ours, to do marketing expense. But if we can play a little bit of a different game, we can lower our customer acquisition cost and grow our revenue and user adoption that way.
Yeah, sometimes you find like the right community with the right niche, and all of a sudden you just own something that no one even knew existed before, right?
Yeah, there's one of our investors mentioned that there's like a female Finnish focused casino, and they're making like $10 to $20 million a year. And it's like very niche. It's but so I don't know if that's the exact example, but the point is like really niche audiences. It's still a big market, and people want this. They just want something to play, something for fun. So we're gonna do those sort of strategies too.
Yeah, and they want their culture expressed and acknowledged.
Yeah, exactly.
And they want to be a part of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like tonight, I'm supposed to go to the Karate Combat show. And I met their president, who's called President Awesome. He actually is pretty awesome, at the Crypto Polo on Sunday, and I've met him before. But they have their own token, and they have this lossless gambling in there. I don't know if you're familiar with the model. It's kind of interesting. So you can kind of gamble with tokens. I think you only make tokens when you win, but it's an actual token that is on the exchange as well. So I think they get across a bunch of rules. But people feel a lot of allegiance to the brand and to martial arts, and these guys really represent, and he's quite a martial artist, and he has his own dojo, and he actually supports martial artists. And so you want to be a part of his adventure, and like I want to buy the token, and I want to go to the events, and I want to support him because he supports what I believe in as a martial artist. And I can just see how communities like that would really want that. And then the people that want to gamble, especially around this, because I guess there's fights, so there's wins and losses. It could plugs in really well. Maybe a future client for you.
Well, for exactly.
You know, and it was interesting because I sat next to the announcers at the fight a year ago at Token, and my childhood heroes were there. George St. Pierre from Canada, like you, who I've actually had on my show. Boss Rutan, former UFC, who I had on my show as well. And then there was the Token announcer next to me. And I got to hear him doing the Token announcement while the guys were fighting. And so here's guys doing the play-by-play, and another guy was doing like the Token play-by-play. And we got a big better now on him coming through in the second round. Guys betting on a straight right to finish this, and it was really interesting and fun.
Yeah.
And also Web3.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because it sounds like exactly what you're doing. And then of course they show up at all the Web3 events.
Yeah.
And so they're, and in a weird way, like they're there at Bitcoin, they're there they were at Austin at Consensus, they're there. And I guess that makes sense and profitable to them to do that. So the community really responds.
Community, and people want to be a part of something. They want to be a part of a tribe, whatever that is. And Web3 and crypto really offer a lot of opportunities to find a community, find a tribe that you resonate with, you vibe with. And then sometimes you meet the team, you visit conferences and meet them in real life, and then you feel that much closer to them and you're connected. So it's the way of the future. Everyone wants to be a part of something and be a part of a club. So
it's really interesting because we always talk about Web 2 and Web 3 and we throw around generalizations, but if you look at the Web 2 business model, it's a bit like steak. It's a bit like UFC, where we scale. We scale, we want the billion users, and by definition, that's not a community, really. And so Web3 obviously is about community and ownership, but now you're really starting to see it play out,
And if you have the right incentive models, that we're talking about, of what you can incentivize your grassroots early adopters and give them motivation to bring their friends in and get some rewards and get upgrades and get, spin the wheel tickets and prizes, then they help. And then if they actually earn some money, then they're with you for life.
Right.
On a token upside, if they can turn $100 into 10,000, then they're with you forever. They live and die with you. So that's what we want to do, and it's important to respect that.
Let's drill into that a little bit, because I've never spoken about this, Dave, and this is interesting. When a community member makes money with your token, they do become members for life. The best example is Bitcoin, right? And I've been involved in so many other projects, and number go up is more important than anything, any gifts and any this and this and that. And I'm wondering your thoughts on that. And also, does that also apply if they're gaming with you as well? And do you think that also makes people more interested, and also maybe just having fun? So for example, back to the KC thing, you might not win, but also you had an emotional moment putting some tokens which you didn't own on the line. How important is that in building community?
Yeah, I think
that's why you're doing what you're doing.
If you can make someone money, they love you.
Yeah.
They want to stick by you. They want to support it. They want to promote it for you. It's just human nature. It's a dopamine hit.
Is it reciprocity bias and a bunch of other things too? Probably.
People feel good. They look at your website, they look at your Twitter, and they want to retweet. It's they have that dopamine hit of making money with you, right. And then they, those micro hits, they can just support you and keep doing that. And they want the token to go up. They're holders of your token, or they have an incentive for more audience to come into the network and buy your token or support the product, make bigger jackpots, whatever it is. So, everyone's aligned. And so I think it's really important. If you can make someone money, then they'll stick with you.
When you look at Web 2 now, you've obviously just described Web 3, and in Web 2 we don't have that ownership layer. Of course, a lot of Web 3 games these days want to bring people in as Web 2 audience members and not confuse them with blockchain, and then bring them in. But is this Web 2 concept dead, or is it always just going to be different?
It's the goal of Web 3 to bring in Web 2 into the sector, and people that are in Web 3, everyone just sees the future. Everyone just knows that we're going more mobile, we're going more digital, we're going more blockchain and crypto focused. The rate of adoption of holders and this scale and size of stablecoin adoption is undeniable. So yeah, Web3 wants to bring in Web2. I think it's going younger. Financial systems are going younger. They're going, you need to be faster with your onboarding. Things like registration and KYC, all those tools need to be really slick and fast for a user to onboard. And you can do that with technology. And that's what crypto is, that's what Web3 is. So yeah, eventually, in 10, 20 years, it's probably, people won't even speak Web 2 or Web 3. It's just going to be web. It's just going to be the internet, and people are just going to understand online and digital. So yeah, we're kind of in this period right now, but I think in the future it's just going to be blended, and everyone's going to have their wallet and pay for things with their phone and engage online and engage with people around the world. It's it's much more interconnected than it's ever been and going to be.
I had a guest yesterday, we were talking about Web3 companies not issuing tokens because they might want to be acquired by Web2 companies, and how that could just be a real mess if Google was going to acquire you. And then he went further and said, you know what, Brian, I see Web2 companies issuing tokens in the future, like a Robinhood or something like that. That's interesting. Do you think that might happen, to give that community, that ownership, something that was never blockchain based, but now issuing a token, like a Robinhood?
I totally believe in tokenization, and it doesn't have to be necessarily a token that trades on an open market, on an exchange. It can just be points that you can redeem for discounts or free coffee or something. Right. That's still a token. Whether it trades on an exchange doesn't matter. But I definitely agree that not all businesses need to have a token. And as I was saying earlier, it's really hard. It's really hard. The management team, capital, attention, community building is really expensive, and nurturing your token and keeping the users happy, because they have all this other choice in the world for what token to buy, and people are doing it for speculative reasons. They want to make money, and it's really time consuming and expensive. So not all projects should have a token. I don't think they all need to have one. So it's case by case, but yeah, I've just really learned the hard way how difficult it is to run a token project. So it's definitely not needed in every case. But on the flip side, yeah, it's community building. It's loyalty. People want to have fun. Yeah. People want to earn something. Have that little dopamine hit of just getting a couple points because they shared it with their friend. Get something free. Get a discount, and that's fun.
I thought I was immune to that, but now I'm on my Starbucks app, and I'm racking up the points, and I'm just trying to hit a record now. And every time I go there, they're like, "Do you want to cash them in?" I'm like, "No," and everybody thinks I'm crazy.
It's not new. Loyalty and points, it's been around for a long time.
But mine don't trade. They don't have a market value, and they disappear after a while. I think they could learn some things from Web3 to make it more interesting, for sure.
Yeah, right? They could integrate more features, and then you'll be even more obsessed about getting the points, using them, redeeming them. So, but that's where we're going, and a lot of these things are being created as we speak. These models are being created. But yeah, it's fun, and we want to be in the cutting edge of that. We want to learn from others and create some of our own systems and strategies, and we think we are. But yeah, it's fun where the world is going. It's fun to learn about this and be in it.
If I want you to white label something for my community, how do I have to pitch you for that? That's what I want to know. If people are listening and they're like, yeah, this could be really interesting. We got a community and we don't have an idea on how we can, engage this idea. What are you looking for, with a partner?
Well, it's first of all a complete partnership. We work together and we brainstorm together. What do you want the brand to be? What do you want as the features? What games do you want? What kind of vibe do you want? What's the goal? And sometimes the goal is entertainment, or sometimes it's token utility, or sometimes it's engagement with your audience. We have this cool thing going, but there's times where it gets a bit quiet, and we want to give them something else to do and have fun with, and then we can do these games, and there can be jackpots, and sometimes those jackpots can be sponsored. It doesn't even need to be a cost to a community to give rewards and engage with your audience and have them have a really good time and earn something, because they can be sponsored, because then it gets eyeballs, and then it's win-win for everyone. So yeah, someone like you and your group, absolutely, we could build something and make it very successful, And then the tech that we're building, we're really good at it. It's really robust. It's completely from scratch. So we can spin something up very quickly and get it completely custom branded and created. It won't take that long. And then we're off to the races, and it's win-win for everyone.
Is your tech on Telegram right now, or not necessarily, or is it mini app? Just
both. Yeah.
Okay, both.
Yeah, Telegram
Okay.
mini app and desktop, mobile, so it can be outside of Telegram as well. Yeah, both.
Okay, gotcha. And how do you feel about both pros and cons? Things on Telegram, things off.
Yeah, Telegram, with their billion users, active users a month, is incredible. It can go viral very quickly. They made some announcements where they really want to integrate the TON network, and that's a strategy of theirs that we're welcome to, and we want to support. We want to work with them and get in their app stores and everything, and leverage everything they've done to have one of the most interconnected social media platforms for crypto. The size of the communities and channels are massive, so things go really viral really quickly in Telegram. It's just so fast and slick. I love the app. But at the same time, they have some restrictions. There's some things we can't build inside the app, so we have our own custom desktop and mobile web versions.
So I download the app. If I want to, I download an app on mobile.
Yeah, it's even not even an app. It's just a web browser. Okay. So it's even easier and faster to sign up and log in.
Okay.
Then you can put that on your mobile phone desktop and just have it right there.
Do you think the WhatsApps and the X's of the world are going to be competing with Telegram anytime soon? I get the feeling they're not, with tokens and wallets and things.
Yeah, I mean, iMessage, WhatsApp, like they're a little slower than Telegram at creating new features and functions.
Right.
Like Telegram really gets it, like these emojis, these responses, these emoticons, like all these things. It's super beautiful UI.
It's fun.
It's fun, right?
I know, right?
It's really fun. Like you say hello, you tap a little emoji to someone, and everyone's kind of in this same culture and tribe and club. And WhatsApp, it's not as easy to do that, not as easy to make these groups, these channels. You can't bring in other APIs and other applications into it. Yeah. X, we'll see. I think they're really pioneering. They have their AI, which is actually a very good product that I've used myself. It's really good. So they're integrating more and more features. They want to go more gaming, more payment system, and I think they're really serious about it.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be very, very fun and very good to work with. So for us, we just evolve. We build whatever makes most sense for growth and what our clients want.
What do you think we need to do with Web3 gaming? And do you think we'll actually see some real adoption in the next 12 months? Will it take some trigger? There's been hopes for this sector for years and years and years. We have investments, but nothing's really broken through. Maybe you'd say Gunzilla has, and they recently had a token issue that did okay, but they have some revenues, but it's still to be seen. What do you make of it? Because you're not in that sector, but you're close to it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm biased. I think the Wilder World game and Metaverse World that's coming out, and it's in an open beta right now. It's incredible. Like the graphics are incredible. It's completely AAA grade, and where it's going beyond just the first-person shooter and the racing game with the open world and having land and avatars and all these NFTs that you can buy, I think Wild World could literally shape Web3 gaming very, very quickly. And I think it takes a extremely high quality product like that to hit the market. And then sometimes you never know what can just catch fire. Last cycle it was Axie Infinity that just totally caught fire and put Web3 gaming on the map. And all these businesses that got funded in the last cycle are thankful to Axie Infinity for doing so well. That kind of said hey, these can be multi-billion-dollar revenue generating businesses. So a lot of Web3 games got funded then, but it takes years to build it. So a lot of these businesses have been in development for a couple of years through the market cycles, and they will be coming online, very soon. Like Wilder World, Shrapnel, Gunzilla came in, and they're doing phenomenally well with their user adoption and the players on the platform. So I think in my opinion, everyone's working together. You know, we're trying to craft these models, see how the token can integrate in the game, have the token flywheel really.
What the London Real Investment Club actually does for you, it gives you the keys to open that door to the inside deals. In the last 3 weeks, I've participated in 3 incredible deals: a layer 2 Bitcoin protocol, an incredible AI protocol. The deal flow is beyond what I expected. I don't think I've ever seen a model like this that just gives average folks the opportunity to be behind the deals, and that's exactly what we've done. Not only that, you get to hang out with Brian Rose every week, and for me, that was huge because I look at Brian as somebody who's not only an expert in the space, and I think is on the leading edge, but just the leading edge of thought with London Real and the work he's doing there. To anyone who's taking a serious look at this, I know it's a big decision. It was a big decision for me and my family, and it is one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I wish you all the best and hope you come join us.
Kind of ignite, and we're going to solve it. You know, one way or another, someone's going to solve it. Other groups will replicate it in a positive way, and we all want to grow Web3, and that's where we're headed. We all want this. So if one thing takes off, it's great for other projects. And I think we're knocking on the door. Like, I really think we're knocking on the door. Okay. Like a Gunzilla, Shrapnel, Wilder World, the quality of the game is excellent.
Yeah.
You know, like it's AAA quality. And then, you know, as these businesses figure out the flywheel and the revenue model that can go back into the token, and, you know, I think we're really knocking on the door, and in the next 1 to 2 years, something is going to take off and then help all these other businesses around it.
It's been a hard criticism to take from the Web3 gaming world, and
yeah.
I know Yat really well at Animoca, and he's always the one to step up on the stage and defend Web3 gaming, saying it's coming and it takes years to build games and give us time. And he also said that he thought this year, for 2 reasons, would be bullish. He said gaming in general will get an uptick from GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto, and the new Switch console. And he said that should jack the narrative on gaming. And then a lot of these games will come of age, you know, and I think people just don't realize how long it takes to make a really high quality game.
It's hard, like GTA,
yeah.
Counter-Strike, you know, all these games, they take 6-10 years to build, hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So people in Web3 are impatient.
Right.
You know,
you've had a year or 2 years.
You know, they invest in the token project, you know, when launch and, you know, when listing.
Yeah.
They're impatient. But, you know, Wilder World, for example, has really good support network. Animoca is an investor, and everyone behind it really believes in it. So, you know, it takes time. But, yeah, I'm with Yat. You know, we're knocking on the door, and, you know, we're going towards Ready Player One, you know, the movie and the concept of people just living in and out of these worlds and playing games, earning currencies in world and then spending it in real life. That's where we're going as a civilization. So, yeah, games are going to be a part of it. You know, the younger generation, they're playing games. Everything they do in their phone, it's gamified. You know, it's fast paced, it's quick, it's good UI. So that's where we have to feed the next generation what they want. They're going to demand it.
My son Damon's 7 years old, and to get him to talk about much is very difficult. I always say, if you ask him how his day was at school, you know, I don't think a Mossad agent could get him to talk, right? But if I ask him about what he's playing on Roblox, I mean, he can barely get a breath in when he tells me everything that's going on. So then, like, it's crazy. I always say my son Damon owns more digital assets than someone at Token this week. I mean, he really does. And that's their world, and it's fascinating to watch, you know, and so it is the future.
Yeah, I don't, you know, as parents, you know, both of us, we need to.
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.